Carmela, are you stuck in a Sauvignon Blanc rut?
Well, never.
Okay.
And I try not to be stuck in any rut.
Okay, but do you want to find some new white wines that will bring you the joy of Sauvignon Blanc, but it gives you the opportunity to branch out a little bit?
Yes, any day.
Okay, well, have no fear, people, because today we have a great wine called Verdejo that will help you get out of that rut and expand your wine horizons to another wonderful white wine.
Hooray!
Hello, fellow brickslayers, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
Woohoo!
And if you're new to our podcast, here's what we do. Every week we buy wines under $25 with our own money. We taste them and give you our brutally honest opinion on whether they're worth buying or not. And nobody pays us to review specific wines. We don't accept free bottles from wineries, and we're not afraid to call out a bad wine when we taste one. Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
chatty,
and entertaining. So if that sounds like your vibe, welcome to our tribe of wine lovers or brickslayers.
Whoa.
So that's kind of a weird one, huh? Okay, so once again, Carmela, the tribe name comes to us from Gina, Timmy's wife, Gina.
Nice, Gina.
Yeah, and for those of you who may be wondering what we're talking about, brix, spelled B-R-I-X, in wine is a measurement of the sugar content in grape juice, which matters when winemakers are deciding when to pick their grapes because it predicts alcohol content. So thank you,
God,
Gina.
That was so clever.
That was a good
I
one.
would never have come up with anything close to that.
Me neither. It was a good one. I agree. And then remember, if you have a tribe name you want to send over to us, please do. And if you've not been on the podcast before, we'll ask you if you want to be a guest. And we haven't done that for a while, but we really do love it. It's really fun. Okay, today, Carmela, we're going to do, finally, a full episode on one of the most loved white wines in the world, and that wine is Verdejo from Rueda, Spain.
Cool.
Now, we actually, Carmela, have tasted a Verdejo as one of the wines.
In Spain.
No, I wish we did. But it was one of the wines we did way back in episode 20. That was a long time ago.
That was like we were just babies.
Yeah. And some of you won't believe this. Carmela's going to have like flashbacks or PTSD. But we actually used to taste and review 3 wines.
Oh, my God.
In each episode. That's a lot of wine.
Man, it was such a commitment. I hope these people don't miss that.
It was a waste of money and a waste of wine. We can't drink 3 bottles in a couple of days. We can't even hardly drink 1.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it was just, we were dumping stuff out.
No, it was
not a good practice.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Are you trying to tell me something?
What?
Are you breaking the news to me?
About what?
That we're having 3 bottles tonight?
No.
Okay.
I think you'd walk right out the door. I think right out.
I have 1 foot out right now.
Yeah, so. I know. And in the new room, which now we have a couch in, so the sound isn't as bouncy. But anyway, back to the wine. Today we're going to do an episode on Verdejo. And Carmela, yes, only 2 wines. But before we dig deeper into Verdejo, I think we need to spend a little time learning about Rueda because it's one of the great winemaking areas of Spain. And it's really interesting because it specifically focuses on white wine, which you and I
love.
That's right. About 97% of the wine in the DO of Rueda.
I'm so glad you jumped on the white wine train.
It's a fun train. I like this train. Anyway, 97% of the wine in Rueda is white. And when we say DO, we're talking about the abbreviation for Denominación de Origen, I'm probably saying that wrong, which is the Spanish legal designation of quality. It's like DOC or DOCG in Italian wines. Rueda also accounts for 40% of Spain's DO white wine market and ranks 3rd in the country for total DO wine production behind 2 well-known areas in Spanish wine named Rioja and Ribera del Duero.
So you're doing well with that accent.
I don't know if I am at all. For a little more context, only 27% of Spanish wine production is white, which sounds kind of sad. It's a lot of red wine.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. So Rueda is really the country's main white wine region and accounts for 11% of total wine market share in Spain.
Well, they just beat Belgium today too. So they're drinking a lot of white wine.
They probably are. That's kind of a big deal.
I know. Yeah. I just made me think of it. Like, this is kind of fitting that we're drinking Spanish wine tonight.
And Spanish white wine. Extra fun.
Right.
So Rueda is all about white wine in Spain. How about that?
Okay.
Now, to be called a Rueda Rueda wine, it must be at least 50% Verdejo. And if it's called a Rueda Verdejo, it has to be 85% Verdejo. So that's something to know, right? So if you see the wine label, it says Rueda and Verdejo, it's 85% or more Verdejo. Now, Rueda has a very good reputation today, but it wasn't so long ago that it was considered a vinicultural backwater, which that's not a compliment.
It doesn't sound good.
Yeah, because the wines were known for being heavily oxidized and fortified. Now, some of the reason for that was based on traditional winemaking practices where wines were fermented at high temperatures, or perhaps it's better to say they were not temperature controlled because fermentation causes heat. And they also traditionally matured the wines in wooden barrels, which, if you don't know, and we've mentioned this before, they're used for two things. When they're young, to impart oaky vanilla flavors, but more importantly, oak barrels are porous. They let oxygen in, and that's one of the things that makes wines oxidized if they're in old oak barrels or wooden barrels that let a lot of air in. So another reason for the wines being oxidized and fortified was that style was just considered a mark of quality for a long time, and it was a style people liked. The style of the wine that was made is sometimes compared to sherry. So kind of a dessert wine, right? Mm-hmm. And remember, it's kind of a recent thing that wines are dry and not on the sweeter side. For a long time of wine drinking, the wines were often sweeter.
Right. They were trying to lure people in. What they really realized.
I don't think that was it.
Why wouldn't that be?
Maybe.
They were like, if it's sweet, people will like it.
Well, maybe. I also think it had something to do with the fact that they weren't, I think fermentation wasn't quite as efficient as it is today.
Right.
But I like your story better.
Right. That's, for me, that's what lured me in.
There you go.
When I was 21, of course.
I like it.
I wanted sweet wine. If you'd given me what I drink today, I would have been like,
gross.
Yeah,
Exactly. We'll talk more about this later, but in the 1970s, there was a move toward using stainless steel rather than oak barrels and temperature-controlled fermentation, which significantly changed the style of the wine from Rueda, which is what we're going to drink today. Now, although the vast majority of the wine they make in Rueda is white, they do make some reds and rosés, but they only account for about 1% of the total production, and they're primarily made from Tempranillo, which is, of course, the grape in the famous Rioja wine, is the main grape, I should say, in Rioja wines. And they also make a sparkling wine, and it's called Rueda Espumoso, which I really like that name. Espumoso. That's kind of fun. Espumoso.
What does it mean?
Sparkling.
Oh,
there you go.
Wow,
And
I guess I could have just inferred. But
I guess it was introduced as a category in 1992. Now, this is interesting. In 1992, when the rules for cava changed and they were no longer allowed to produce cava in Rueda. So the sparkling Rueda Espumoso must be 75% Verdejo or Sauvignon Blanc, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And most are made in the traditional champagne style, which cava is also made in. So I didn't realize that there are all these rule changes around cava. Like cava could be made in other places, and now really it's limited.
Huh.
They also have a couple of sweeter dessert wines they make in Rueda, one that's called Rueda Pálido, and it's considered to be similar to dry sherry, and another called Rueda Dorado, which is even sweeter than Pálido, and it's considered to be the same style, that oxidized and fortified style that the region was traditionally made of. So they still make a wine that's like the wine they used to make.
When we did that episode on sherry, did you sing the song Sherry?
Oh, sherry.
Did you?
Yeah,
because that's running through my head right now. Every time you say sherry, I'm thinking of that song.
I like that.
From Journey.
But me singing it, that's what you're thinking of.
Well, no, it wasn't. But now that you started singing it, you have a better voice than, what's his name?
I don't even, Steve Perry, maybe? Is that was?
I don't know. Anyway,
Rueda, Carmela, back to the wine. Rueda, not my voice, although I am talking. Rueda exports its wines to over 100 countries, but most of it stays in Europe, and evidently the Dutch love Rueda because they are by far the largest importer of Rueda wine. I didn't know that, but if you want Rueda and you're not in Spain, go to Holland, I guess.
Interesting.
The most of Rueda, however, about 80% of it stays in Spain. And again, the big wine grape in Rueda, not by size, but by volume, I don't think they're huge grapes. I just think they're normal size grapes.
Now that's going to be in my head.
But I said big grape. I don't know. Anyway, it's Verdejo. And so we need to dig more into that wine specifically, and we have two dos Verdejo wines. We're going, that's as much Spanish as I know.
Right.
That we're going to taste and review today to see if either or both of them are worth running out and buying. But first,
you got to do our shameless plug.
That's right. So thank you for listening to us and supporting our show, and know that we buy all the wine we taste and review every week so that we can give you real and honest reviews. And if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a nice 5-star rating and review so we can grow listeners. We also love to hear from you, and we always respond. So you can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky and TikTok at the Wine Pair Podcast. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com, and you can sign up for our email newsletter there. And you can also send us a note at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com and let us know wines you want us to review, or just, you know what, shoot the breeze. Let us know if you're getting a Yorkie puppy like we are.
Right, we want to know. We want to be in this together.
Right, because we think we've actually gone nuts.
Yeah, we kind of vacillate between like, oh, we're so excited, and like, really,
oh my God,
we're doing this?
Existential dread.
And then you talk to people, and some people are like, what are you thinking?
A Yorkie? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, and then other people are like, oh, we'll be there, the first person there.
And the other thing is, I think there's an Amazon package delivered to our house at least once a day with something related to Yorkie.
Okay, but that's not unusual.
No, that's actually, well,
I mean, the Yorkie
thing.
part is, but like, and who's ordering it all?
Mostly me.
Joe.
Mostly me.
Joe is ordering it all, buying everything up for this little 2 pound, maybe 1 pound. I don't know. Puppy that's coming home.
But Carmela revealed something really important, which is I am the spender in the relationship.
Yep, he is.
But anyway, as
the
we do,
emotional one, the spender.
Wow, a lot coming out. As we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair Podcast to, because that's the best way for us to grow listeners, when you tell your family and friends and Yorkies about us. And this week, or your dog, any
you shouldn't
dog.
really give alcohol to.
No, don't do that.
Right.
That's bad
That's
news.
actually not a good thing.
But you can tell your dog about us and listen to us with your dog
True.
on
and
a
you
walk.
can drink along with us with your puppy.
Yeah, but don't drink your puppy. But anyway, we want you to recommend us to anyone who's looking for a fun new summer white wine to try, because Verdejo may be the ticket.
Or somebody who's looking for a brand new puppy to buy, because we may have one for sale.
Wow. No, we haven't even gotten this little nugget yet.
No, I'm teasing.
Wow, that was
no.
that
But if
makes me
you're
sad.
getting a Yorkie, or you know somebody who's getting a
Or if
puppy,
you're a Yorkie expert, reach out.
Right.
We need some help. Okay. All right, Carmela, let's find out just what the Verdejo wine is all about, shall we?
Let's.
Okay, first, Verdejo is an old grape, which is what some people call me.
Well, it's big too, apparently.
Yeah, huge. Thought by some to have originated in North Africa. Some scholars believe it was introduced to the Duero River Basin in north central Spain.
Is that who they are? The scholars?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
Got it.
Which is where Rueda is in this Duero River Basin about 1,000 years ago. And they think it was likely brought to the region by the Mozarabs, who were Iberian Christians. Iberian refers to the Spanish peninsula that includes Portugal, living under the rule of the Moors. And the Mozarabs moved into the Duero River Basin following the reconquest of Toledo. And we're not talking about Toledo, Ohio. Totally different. We're talking about Toledo, Spain. And for something to put in your brain box, in 1085, King Alfonso VI of Castile and Leon captured the strategic city of Toledo from Muslim Moorish rulers. How about that?
Wow.
Okay. There is a little intrigue, though, about the origins of the grape, because while tradition holds that the grape came from North Africa, there's actually DNA evidence that links the grape to Sauvignon Blanc, not Sauvignon Blanc, but Sauvignon Blanc, aka Traminer from France, which is an ancient grape that's also connected to Gewürztraminer. And
is it big?
It's not quite as big.
Okay.
And another grape called Castellana Blanca from Spain, or maybe it's Castellana Blanca from Spain. Researchers believe that Sauvignon was present in the Iberian Peninsula, so it's entirely possible that Verdejo originated there through a natural crossing of the two grapes. You know, they made love and gave birth to a big old baby grape.
Wow.
The DNA does not prove exactly where this crossing or this sex happened, but well, it's non-sexual. It's just, anyway. But a Spanish or Iberian origin may actually be the story rather than it coming from North Africa. So that's kind of a fun controversy.
It's not really a family show anymore.
No, it's done.
I guess it never was.
Never really. It's about wine. Anyway, as we mentioned, unless you're from a wine family.
And maybe you're your child is a puppy. And that's okay then.
If you have a fur baby, that's okay.
Totally.
Okay. As we mentioned before, for most of its history in Spain, Verdejo was not the fresh, aromatic wine we know today. Instead, it was an oxidized, sherry-like fortified wine. And interestingly enough, during the golden age of Spain, when Spain was a big deal in the 15th through the 17th centuries, these wines, often called vinos or vinos dorados or golden wines, were highly esteemed. They were frequently served at the Spanish royal court, and Queen Isabella I of Castile was a noted protector of the region's vineyard. She was like, don't mess with my vineyard.
She just stood out there.
Get out.
You think she was the
Will
one?
you get out of the vineyards?
She ran around with a wooden spoon.
Yeah, like an old grandma. Like, get out of the vineyards! You kids!
Get off of my property!
Exactly. Now, like a lot of wines in Europe, Verdejo was impacted by the phylloxera plague in the 19th century, which devastated Rueda's vineyards along with many others, and nearly wiped out Verdejo altogether. In fact, we almost lost it, Carmela. We almost lost it. Wow. When vineyards were replanted in the early 20th century, many growers abandoned Verdejo in favor of Palomino Fino, which was chosen because it was high yielding, meaning it made a lot of grapes. Mm-hmm. Maybe not big grapes, but a lot of grapes.
Oh, good.
And was a good grape to use.
I don't know how to handle a big grape.
I don't either.
I don't know.
And was a good grape to use to make that oxidated style that was popular. In fact, for those of you who may know, Palomino Fino is the foundational grape in sherry.
Oh.
So that's what they started replanting it with instead of
that song in my brain.
Oh, sherry instead of Verdejo. Now, by the mid-20th century, Verdejo was on the verge of extinction. It was like a dinosaur.
Wow.
But it was preserved largely through the efforts of a local wine grower named Ángel Rodríguez Vidal.
Was that the queen?
No. This is a guy, Ángel.
Oh.
He was later honored by King Juan Carlos I for saving Verdejo.
I knew it had something to do with royalty. I knew it.
And Ángel is kind of a hero.
Good job.
The modern story of Verdejo really began, though, in 1972.
Oh, that's a good year.
Yeah, that was a good year. Don't ask why. When the Rioja, forget it.
Yeah.
When the Rioja winery Marques.
We weren't married that year.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's a lot of interruptions today,
I'm
which
sorry.
I kind of like because it means you're paying attention and not just doodling. Okay, now remember this name. In 1972, the Rioja winery Marques de Riscal. Remember that?
I won't, but go ahead.
Wanted to produce a high-quality white wine in Spain. So the winery partnered with French enologist and professor Émile Pignon, and they went looking for a location that could produce aromatic white wines with high acidity and freshness that could compete with New World styles like Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. In Rueda, they found the answer. Rueda is high altitude. It's about 2,000 to 3,000 feet above sea level, much higher than Rioja, warm days and cool nights, and good soil. And they were like, hey, this is the right place to make these high-acid wines. Now, the Riscal winery was specifically interested in the Verdejo grape, which was then little known, right? It almost was extinct, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But they knew that it had inherent potential to be Spain's answer to aromatic whites. They said, we believe in you, Verdejo.
Wow.
We believe in you.
Are we going to have some T-Rexes walking around pretty soon? Okay.
Just big grapes. Okay. And they knew if they treated it with modern techniques that they could produce a great wine. So Verdejo, as I mentioned, thrives in Rueda's poor, stony and gravelly soils.
Not poor.
No, it's not poor, which force the roots to dig deep for nutrients. And if you believe that sort of thing would give minerality to the wines that Riscal wanted for their premium whites. So they started a revolution, Carmela, a revolution.
Whoa.
They didn't just plant grapes. They adjusted winemaking techniques significantly, such as introducing temperature-controlled stainless steel fermentation, as well as harvesting at night.
Oh.
Which can be scary.
I mean,
if you're afraid of the dark.
And of big grapes.
Now, doing these, back to their normal size grapes. It's a running joke and it's getting funnier. Okay.
The attack of the grapes. God, I don't know.
People are like, I don't know what they're talking about anymore. Doing these things, Carmela, stainless steel fermentation, harvesting at night, helped prevent oxidation, and they were able to produce the fresh, aromatic, and fruit-forward wine they wanted from the Verdejo grape. Yes, the success of this new style led to the official recognition. I can't talk. The official recognition of Rueda as a DO in 1980, making it the first DO in Castilla y León.
Oh, nice.
And the first DO in Spain dedicated to white wine.
Oh.
It took them until 1980.
Wow.
What's wrong with those Spanish? Since the early 2000s, Verdejo's popularity has exploded. Because those grapes are so big, sometimes they explode.
Right.
And as we said earlier, it now accounts for over 40% of all DO white wine sales in Spain. And it's probably, arguably, Spain's most popular white wine.
Amazing.
Verdejo is often compared to Sauvignon Blanc, but considered a little rounder and has more weight. Kind of like me, a little rounder with more weight. And it's also sometimes called the love child. I did not make this up. The love child.
We were talking about SEX earlier.
I know. And bricks.
Why am I spelling it?
I don't know. The love child of Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio. Sometimes it's compared to that way because it combines the aromatics of Sauvignon Blanc with the food friendliness of Pinot Grigio. It's also sometimes compared to Albarino, Gruner Veltliner, and unoaked Chardonnay, a.k.a.
Okay, we are going to love this.
That's what I'm saying. I think we are going to like this wine.
I think we are.
It could end up being a go-to wine on the list.
I can't wait.
We're going to find out. So I think that's enough information. I think we find out about the wines we're drinking today. What do you say, Carmelita?
Let's do it.
That's what they'd call you in Spain.
Got it.
As usual, the wines we have chosen for this episode are under $25, and they should be relatively easy to find because I bought them on wine.com. Verdejo is becoming easier and easier to find. So if you go to a wine shop or a store with a decent wine selection, especially if they have a good number of Spanish wines, you should have no trouble finding it. And as always, as we say, go to your local wine shop. Ask the proprietor there to find you some Verdejo, and they will be more than happy to. The first wine we're going to drink is the 2024 Marques de Riscal.
No.
Yes.
You told me to remember that,
and
right?
you remembered it.
No, I could recall it. I mean, I couldn't come up with it, but like when you said it and you pointed at me and you were like nodding your head, I was like, oh, that must be the name I was supposed to remember.
Very good.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. I like it.
That's the only reason.
Okay.
But yes.
It's their Verdejo.
Ah.
Okay. This wine is organically farmed, or the grapes are organically farmed. The wines aren't farmed. And the winery aims to produce fresh, balanced white wines. The wine got a 90 rating from Vinous, which we really like. The wine is 100% Verdejo. The vineyard is said to be at a high elevation with clay and limestone soils. They do say they keep the wine on the lees for 1 to 2 months in stainless steel tanks after fermentation. Remember, the lees are the spent yeast and other stuff left over from the fermentation process. And then they say they do weekly batonnage, which sounds a little kinky, but it's actually just stirring the lees in the wine. And that should give the wine some mouthfeel. This is probably why it's a rounder version of like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Nice.
And then they say they age the wine for 60 days in stainless steel. And just in case you were wondering if this was the same winery we mentioned before, I found this description on the website, Carmela, and I quote,
okay.
In the late 1960s, with legendary Bordeaux enologist Émile Pinot, the winery searched across Spain for an area with the climate, soils, and varieties that could produce authentic terroir-driven and fresh white wines. The elevation and clay soils with lime content married to the Verdejo grape produced vibrant wines with a unique profile. So there it is. There it is. Okay. So let's move on to our next wine, which is the 2024 Bodegas Vatan Nisia Old Vines Verdejo. And this wine is going to be a little bit interesting, I think, to compare to the first because of some of the techniques they use. This wine is also 100% Verdejo, and they say the vines are dry farmed, so they're not irrigating. And they use goblet-trained vines, which means that the shape of the vine training they do. So if you see vines that look like little gnarled trees, you know, like sometimes you see that with Zinfandel, they look like almost like little gnarled trees. That's goblet style.
Oh, okay.
They're also an organic operation. That's nice. And they say they do all of their cultivation by hand. They say the soil is extremely poor. The word is poor. Alluvial soil, which is sedimentary soil from ancient riverbeds, in case you want to know that. And again, bad soil, great for grapes, great for water stress. Right. They say the grapes are rigorously sorted and destemmed, which is hard because they're so huge. No, that's not true. And are pressed with a pneumatic press, not with their feet, not with their toes.
Thank God.
Yeah. And then they clarify the must or juice through cold settling and stainless steel for 24 to 48 hours. And that just means that after they press the grapes into juice, they let the sediment float to the bottom. So
float to the bottom.
Drop to the bottom, I guess.
I don't know, but floating feels like you're going up.
I guess like you're right. Drop to the bottom, and that clarifies the wine.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing.
Okay, thanks for clarifying
I don't know.
that.
I was
for
just
me.
like, when you
no,
said
I like being corrected.
No, I wasn't.
Especially by you.
Did you have that in the script?
I did. It's wrong now, and now I feel terrible about it.
No, I don't know, but floating feels like you're moving.
I'm with you. I'm not
Okay.
disagreeing.
I'm not
I'm
trying
fully
to.
in agreement with you.
Okay, good.
We're on the same page.
Right, we're not actually arguing.
No, we're this is love, people. The winery says this, which I had to educate myself on. After the wine is clarified, which we meet, the stuff drops, doesn't float.
Right.
It's moved to 500 liter and 600 liter puncheons and demi-muids and fermented. Primary fermentation lasts approximately 6 to 10 days. So a puncheon, I hope I'm saying that right, is a large oak barrel that holds 500 liters, and a demi-muid is an even larger French oak barrel that holds 600 liters. So they use aged barrels so they don't impart any oak flavor, and they allow a little bit of oxygen to come to the wine very slowly to mellow the wine out a bit. Then they age the wine on the lees again, and then they do batonnage for at least 5 months. So they're beating that wine for a while.
Holy cow.
So this will be a little bit richer, I think, than the first one. And the fact that they do it in big barrels as well, that gives it a little bit more oxygen exposure. I think it could be a different kind of wine, maybe a little bit rounder or richer wine. One last thing, Bodegas Vatan was founded in 2012, and they say their philosophy is to produce authentic Verdejo the old-fashioned way by working with traditional vineyard sites and using old-school winemaking techniques. So I kind of like that. But I don't know, Carmen, I'm excited to try these wines. Are you?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Let's see if we can tell a difference. And if you have a Verdejo or any Spanish white wine or any white wine or just anything, drink along with us and see if you agree with our tasting notes. And we'll be right back. Okay, we are back and we're ready to try our first wine. This is the Marques de Riscal Rueda Verdejo. It's from Rueda, Spain. It's a 2024. It was $14.99 at wine.com, so not a bad price. 13% alcohol, 100% Verdejo, and Vinius gave it a 90. So actually, let's, first of all, it's a screw cap, which we love, and it's actually kind of a pretty bottle.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know what
you don't think so.
Well, I mean, it almost feels a little too formal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Not formal, but it's just kind of like cheesy.
Oh man, I called it pretty.
You like it though.
That's fine.
I like the clear glass, but I don't know.
All right, let's move on to the color. What's the color?
Is it not cheesy?
I'm so depressed right now.
Sorry.
All right, it's kind of a lemony yellow.
I agree.
Looks like somebody didn't drink enough water.
Wow.
Before they went to pee-pee.
Before they went?
Well, not after. It doesn't matter if they drink water after they went pee-pee.
Oh, you don't see it until after you. Okay, anyway.
All right. But it's pretty. It's a pretty yellow color. God, we've gone right.
Pee-pee color?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I did go to... Anyway, forget it. I'm not going to... Okay, let's smell it. It is kind of fresh and fruity. I feel like I'm getting stone fruit.
I know. I was going to say like apricot.
Yeah, or peach.
Do you say apricot or apricot?
I don't know. I think growing up was an apricot.
Okay, but now it's a peach. I mean,
now it's a peach. Now we call it a peach.
No, now it's apricot.
I think so. A little nectarine, maybe a little like tropical fruit, maybe a little bit.
Pineapple, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I am getting a little bit of like sparkling cider though too.
A little apple.
Yeah, a little apple, kind of a even a little effervescent in it.
I kind of get a little effervescence too for some reason, almost a little smell of that, and maybe a little bit of lemon, a little lime, maybe a little lime.
A little lime on it.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah. It's not so different from a Sauvignon Blanc smell,
and I really like this.
Yeah, it's pretty smell.
Okay,
even though the bottle is tacky, I guess.
No,
okay.
Did I say that?
Kind of a little bit. You didn't say tacky.
I just don't know. It's
tacky.
just a little.
It's fine. It's a little much. Okay, fine.
It's not even much.
Okay.
It's just...
As my mom would say, that bottle looks a little hard. Okay, let's drink it and see what we think. It's really light. It's a really light kind of summer by the pool. I'm almost getting a little bit more pear in the mouth or apple.
Mm-hmm. It's a little creamy too. I have to say a little bit. A little. Maybe it's a little bit of. I don't know if it's vanilla.
I'm with you.
Or cream. Just
I'm with you. Vanilla.
Yeah, and almost like half and half.
Oh, really? That kind of creaminess.
A little bit.
Well, that comes from the lees and the batonnage.
Yeah.
And
all that, right, for months and months.
Yeah.
Beating it up.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I'm getting a little bit of that mouthfeel. It's got a bigger mouthfeel than like a Sauvignon Blanc. And it's got a little bit of that, like, I like it, bitterness on the end.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing.
Are you getting some citrus?
Totally.
I
a lot
am
of
for
citrus,
sure.
actually.
What do you think? Are you still getting the lime?
Yeah, but almost more lemony, almost more like a lemonade, and just a skosh of pineapple, like pineapple juice.
Yeah, there's still a little bit. Yes, like if you're going to get those little cups of pineapple, and then the pineapple juice is a little bit sugary, like a little hint of sweetness.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of a dry white wine that tastes sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I really like it, yeah.
What food might you have with this Marques Riscal Rueda Verdejo?
Well, I think this would be really good with like spaghetti con vongole. Mm-hmm. Something about shellfish sounds really good with this. Like, I bet people would really like this with oysters.
I agree. I think it's a good seafood wine, but it's so lemony that I'm almost thinking a little bit more chicken, or I don't know why this is in my head. So just go with me. Go with me.
Okay, I'm going.
Like a hot dog at a ballpark.
Whoa.
And some French fries.
Something salty.
Salty. I think
you can definitely do salty with this for sure. Well, and that's why, I mean, you could do like a little, I mean, you don't want to do this in the Italian culture. Like, I was thinking.
Oh, don't say it.
I'm not going to say it then.
Fish and cheese or something?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do fish and cheese.
Witch.
But like, you could do like pesto with this.
Oh, totally. I think
would be really good with this.
I'm fully with you.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You can't mix fish with cheese.
You know what would be good with this? Yeah. Remember my mom used to make pasta, spaghetti, and breadcrumbs with like some garlic in it? This would be really good with that.
Oh my God, it would be.
So?
And I'm also thinking of Aunt Deanne's clams.
Yes. Or like a lemony pasta, that's kind of a big thing now, lemony pasta.
Right.
I think it would taste really good with this.
But like a shrimp or clam sauce, those would be delightful with this. But you want to have a hot dog.
I don't know why. Something.
Are we having hot dogs for dinner?
I don't know. All the sex talk made me think about it. I don't know what that means. Okay. As a reminder on our rating scale, we read on a scale of 1 to 10. We're going to rate this wine. With a no half a points, 7 and above means we're going to buy it. 4 below means we're going to pour it down the sink. And a 5 or 6 means we're going to drink it and finish it. And thank you for serving it, but we're not going to buy it. So what rating would you give this wine?
Geez, I really like this wine.
Okay.
Like, I'm really enjoying it.
Give it up, sister. She's not my sister.
God. I don't know. I'm going in between 8 and 9.
Ooh, you like it a lot.
I think it's a really up my alley.
Okay.
But I don't know which one yet.
Give it something. Give it something. Oh, she's going in.
Okay, I'm going to give it an 8.
She's giving it an 8.
See how I feel, but an 8.
Okay, I'm giving
I like it cold.
It has to be nice and cold.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 7. I reserve the right to change my rating. It's definitely a buy.
Yeah.
Like, I like it a lot. But I'm kind of curious about this other wine, and I like it. I would buy it. It's on the list.
Even with the tacky bottle.
Even with the... Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with our second wine.
Okay.
Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our second wine. This is the Bodegas Vatan Nisia, Old Vines Verdejo. It's also from Rueda, Spain. It's also a 2024. This one was $19.97, so like $5 more. Wine.com is where we got it. 13.5% alcohol, 100% Verdejo. This one got a 92 from Jeb Dunnick, a 92 from Vinius, a 90 from James Sucky Suckling, surprise there, and an 89 from Wine Spectator. Now, one thing I'll say is this bottle is clear. So the last two bottles have been, so this must be the style there, because a lot of times, you don't want wine in a clear bottle because the sunlight can impact it. But a lot of times with the rosé, they'll have it in a clear bottle. But they're nice. It's a nice bottle. The color of this wine, and this was a cork, not a screw cap. The color is golden. It's darker.
It
Definitely
is darker. Yes.
I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah. I like it. It's pretty.
Yeah, but I think golden is what it looks like.
It looks richer just because
totally
it's
does.
just that much darker than the other one.
I agree. Let's smell it and see what we think.
I think there's more tropical fruit on this.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Maybe even like a hint of like pog.
Yeah, orange. I'm getting orange.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Something, maybe that's the citrus that we're getting is orange.
It's not as lifted. It doesn't seem quite as aromatic, but the smell is, I agree, much more tropical fruit.
Not getting like apple, pear, at least not really in comparison to the other one. I'm just getting a little more of that.
I wonder if it's too cold. I mean, it's really, really cold. I'm wondering if it's so cold that we're not getting a lot of scent off of it.
Maybe.
But it's nice. I'm definitely getting I think you're totally right. Tropical fruit, orange. I'm getting a lot of orange.
It's kind of creamsicle-y.
Well, let's taste it and see what we think. Okay. I'm very curious. Oh, wow. That's a lovely wine. It's got a lot going on.
It's a lot of pineapple.
A lot of pineapple. It's very tropical fruit. I really am almost too, I don't know what they are, but like orange blossom, like kind of flowery oranges or something. But you open up one of those satsumas or whatever, those little ones.
And you can just smell it. Yeah.
Aromatic. It's
that
really
orange, it is. You're right. Like breaking open an orange. It's very orangey.
I think like a little bit of an orange
flower
and sickle, like a creamsicle.
Yeah, I'm getting that definitely.
I'm definitely getting pith on the end, like orange rind or lemon or lime rind on the end. It's got a nice bitterness.
I would say they both have that bitterness.
Nice bitterness.
This one is even more so, but just what we like.
Yeah. To me, this is a wine that would be really good with Chinese food, Asian food, Thai food.
Spicy.
Spicy food, a little bit of richness. I think it would go great with seafood, but it's so aromatic and it's so...
Might be a little overpowering.
A little bit. Like if you had a delicate fish, I think it might overdo it.
How about fried food?
Great.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think a richer, like a shellfish, it might be okay with because sometimes those have richer flavors.
Or even like a creamy... shellfish sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like or buttery? Do you think buttery too?
Totally, yes. Yeah. My dad makes that sometimes. It's so good with like an Alfredo sauce. He'll bring in a bunch of fish, like shellfish into it.
Like a cioppino or something, like a fish.
A cioppino is going to be more of a tomato sauce.
Oh, okay. But I was thinking, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I don't eat a lot of fish, but like a fish stew.
Yeah.
Probably be really good with a fish stew. I'm thinking about, remember a long time ago when we were in Italy with the kids, I think we were in Camogli, which is in Liguria, right on the water. And we sat and Joey and I had fried fish together.
You did?
Yeah. We had fried fish. It was actually really good.
What kind of fish was it?
Just, I don't know, little sardines. They were just like little, it was something I would never normally have.
I was going to say, I can't imagine. I can see Joey maybe having it.
It was wonderful, and this wine would be great with it.
It would be
lightly
really nice.
fried.
Yeah. Or even like fried zucchini.
Oh, that's a great call. In fact, I would have eggplant parmigiana.
Or tempura would be so good.
Tempura is a great call.
Yeah, really good.
I like that a lot.
Ooh, I like tempura.
I do too. Maybe that's on the menu
I'd rather have that than hot dogs.
I kind of would too, but a nice hot dog is good.
I know, but you got to be at the ballpark.
Okay, if you go to a Mariners game, I'll just say you can probably get both tempura and hot dogs. And we have the Seattle dog, which has cream cheese and stuff. It's very good.
Let us know if you like the Seattle dog.
Or if you even know what we're talking about, because most of you probably don't.
Probably not.
Carmela, let's rate this wine. What are you going to rate it?
This is tough because I like both of these wines, but I think...
They're different.
They're different. That's why it's hard for me. It's not really a comparison thing. I'm going to give this one... I'm going to give it an 8 as well. I mean, I really like it. I don't know. I'm going to give it an 8. What are you doing?
You know what? I'm giving this one an 8 too. I like it. I like it better than the other one. They're both lovely wines. Lovely. They're both really nice wines, but there's something about this one that has a little bit more oomph to it. Like this would be great at a party. This would be great at a dinner. This would be fun to serve with friends. Seafood dinner,
Totally.
I think it'd be really fun.
I mean, I am verging on a 9 for this wine, but I'm going to stick with my 8.
Okay.
But just know that this is a
It's a great wine.
Really nice wine.
Which of these wines are you finishing tonight?
I think we're both going for the second.
I think you're right.
Wait,
Bodegas Vatan Nisia Old Vines.
Nisia, right. I see that.
Verdejo. Okay, let's see if we nailed the taste profiles expected from Verdejo in general. Lemon, lime, grapefruit, green apple, peach, apricot, melon. Melon's interesting. Exotic tropical notes. We got that. Pineapple, kiwi, passion fruit, and guava. We got that. Herbal notes like fennel. I didn't get fennel. What do you think about fennel?
It's kind of licoricey, and that's not a favorite of mine.
I don't think it came across. To me, it didn't.
I don't think so. But
fresh cut grass, anise, sage, and pine. Floral notes like white flowers, orange blossom,
perfect.
Lilac, violet, and chamomile.
Oh, kind of tea. Yeah.
Zesty, stony. I think they're stone for
sure.
did.
I was going to say minerality, and I don't think I ever spit that out.
You didn't, but you can say it now.
Yeah, I did taste that, especially on the second one.
Yeah, saline, touch of almond bitterness. I think that's right. Pithy grapefruit on the end. And on the lees, it will give some creaminess and pastry notes. You are definitely getting creaminess. You talked about that. You said half and half at one point, I think.
Right, I did.
Okay, the Marques de Riscal. The winery says bright straw, yellow color. Wine shows high aromatic intensity, fennel, white flowers, aniseed, fresh grass. I wasn't getting
and fennel.
I wasn't getting a lot of the herby stuff.
No.
Smooth and fresh on the palate. Vinous, aromas of fennel.
What the heck?
I know. Orange blossom and delicate white fruit emerge on the nose. Now, we were getting like peach and stuff. Not as much orange on this one.
No.
The palate is succulent and flavorful. Decantalo, which is a website, astonishes with its freshness and vivacity. Bright straw yellow, intense notes of tropical fruit such as pineapple and mango, accompanied by citrus hint of lemon. I agree. Mm-hmm. On the palate, well-balanced, acidity, peach and apricot. Yeah, I think I agree more with Decantalo than our friends at Vinous. They're not really our friends. And then Bodegas Vatan, the winery says, a wine with exuberant citrus and floral character. Agree with that. Refreshing acidity and complexity from Surly and barrel aging. Totally agree. Wine Spectator says lightly honeyed. I found it less sweet than the first one, but it is sweet. And floral with bright acidity, light chalky texture, ripe cantaloupe, lime peel. We were talking about peel, peach skin, ground cardamom, and ginger. I like ginger.
I don't know if it came across for me.
I can kind of get that now, though.
Yeah.
And Vinny said yellow in color. Well, we said golden. Delicate oak, butter, lees, pastry, and green apple. I feel like they're drinking a different wine.
Whoa, yeah.
Okay, what's your verdict on Verdejo?
I really like this wine.
I do too.
I think this is going to be a great one to put in the shelf or in the fridge from now on.
You know, it's too bad. Like, I just think we're so used to, there's so much Sauvignon Blanc, and I love Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
But there's so much of it from so many places. It's kind of crowding out other wines like Verdejo. And I think Verdejo
Make room for Verdejo.
It's a beautiful wine. Yeah. It's really nice. It's a great summer wine. I think it would be a great fall wine as well. And it goes so well with food. I think it's a wonderful wine.
Yeah.
I'm really happy we did a full episode. Me too. I don't know what took us so long. Nice job. Thank you. Okay, now it's time to head over to our news desk so that we can cover our Wine in the News This Week segment. Wine in the News This Week. Our Wine in the News this week comes from CBS News Sacramento, written by a reporter named, and this is not a joke, Carmela Karcher.
What?
Yeah, her name's Carmela.
No.
Links are in the show notes, as always, which you can find if you go to our website and look for this episode.
1 or 2 L's.
1 L.
Huh.
Anyway, her article is entitled, California Bill on American Wine Labels Stalls After Beverage Company Pushback. And again, before we get into the story, I'll just say I think this is the first time I've ever read out loud a Wine in the News article written by a Carmela.
I mean, is that why you chose it?
Kind of. It's a good one, though. Okay, here we go. The story, really interesting. It exposes something about American wine labeling that we bet most people, even our friends out there in listening land, don't know about. Right now, under federal law, a bottle of wine labeled American does not actually have to be entirely American. In fact, up to 25% of the wine inside that bottle can be imported bulk wine from another country. So it can come from Argentina or Mexico or Chile or Australia or wherever. It gets shipped in big tanks. It's blended over here in the States and then sold on shelves with the word American on the label. That feels like false advertising.
Right. And why is that such a big deal?
A group of California grape growers has been trying to change this problem that Carmela doesn't think is a problem. Well, they're backing a bill called AB 1585, which would require any wine labeled American to be made from 100% American-grown grapes. And the argument they are making is pretty simple. As one grape grower, a guy named Brandon Swasanick, who runs Mana Ranch, put it, if beef is going to be labeled as American, then the cow has to be born here, raised here, and processed here. We think the same thing for wine. Now, the bill passed the California Assembly, but it got pulled from the state Senate committee because it did not have enough votes. And who was pushing back, Carmela, you may ask?
Who was pushing back, Joe?
According to Assembly member Rhodesia Ransom, who's one of the bill's authors, the opposition came from the global beverage companies.
Of course.
Yeah, so the big multinational wine and beverage conglomerates, the ones that benefit from being able to buy cheap imported bulk wine and blending it into a nice patriotic American labeled bottle, they killed the bill in committee or forced their constituents or whatever. The people, the lobbyists forced it down their throats. Ransom pointed out something important. California produces more than 80% of the wine made in the United States. So this isn't just a labor dispute. This is the biggest wine producing state in the country. And incidentally, grape growers in California are literally dumping fruit they can't sell, right? So they have to dump fruit. Meanwhile, these big wine companies are bringing in fruit from other countries.
Holy cow.
So it's not just about, truth and advertising. It's wasteful.
It's why we don't do 3 bottles of wine anymore.
Exactly. So this is the part that gets me. The bill was not asking anyone to stop importing bulk wine. They didn't say you can't import it. What they are saying, though, is if you're going to call it American, it should be American.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, 75% doesn't feel like 100%. So there you go. So if you're drinking a bottle right now that says American on it, just know this. Up to a quarter of that wine you're tasting might have come from a tanker ship or something like that. And we're not being cynical. It's just the legal standard. And for now, that's how the global beverage companies would like to keep it. So Carmela, what do you think about a rule that a wine labeled American can be 25% imported bulk wine from another country? If somebody said this is Italian olive oil, 100%, not 100%. This is a olive oil labeled Italian, first cold, and it was only 75%
Then
Italian.
I would be mad.
You'd be frustrated.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think that's the issue. To me, it feels like false advertising.
Right. Well, you can't lie.
Yep. You know what?
You can't lie about things.
It's just bad form.
Now we're having a moral dilemma here.
I am having
People,
a moral dilemma.
you're lying.
You're lying. Don't be a liar. Okay, we have some fun listener shout-outs for this week, and we really appreciate it when you reach out to us and tell us what you think or what you're drinking. So here's some shout-outs. Kobe on Spotify let us know that they went to Molise.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. And they shared a pronunciation tip. They said the Y in M-A-J-O, Mayo, is like Juventus, which makes sense. And they like the producer Claudio Cipresi, who makes a great wine from indigenous grapes in Molise called Tintiglia. Christine, a.k.a. Tips to Live By, said our Costco episodes always make her wish she had a Costco nearby. Can you believe it? She doesn't have a Costco nearby?
I wonder where the closest one is to her.
I don't know. I mean, we would have like half of our dates would be cut in half.
We wouldn't
half
date.
of them would be cut in half.
Anymore. We might not date.
Okay.
No.
Well, now we missed this one last week, but another listener on Spotify named Wine Knows, I love that. They said they love Moscato d'Asti, but only good ones, and they like it with poached eggs at brunch.
Oh.
That kind of sounds interesting.
Yeah, we might have to try that.
Instead of a mimosa, do a Moscato.
I love that.
Yeah. We missed another one last week from Andrew on Blue Sky, who mentioned that he always wondered about people liking dessert wines, but not sweet wines. And so we had a nice little conversation about that, because it's true. Some people love dessert wines, but they don't like sweet, wines that aren't dessert wines.
Well, because it almost feels like it's like stay in your lane type of thing.
Okay, I like it. Stay in your lane.
Right.
Hassini reached out to be put on the mailing list, and I'm like, Hassini, where have you been? It's about time. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you're not on the mailing list, follow Hassini. You can send me a note. You can go to our website and sign up for it there.
Right.
You can also send me a note, and I'll sign you up. And then Christine K said she loved our episode on Bordeaux wines from Kirkland, and that it's helping her with her WSET test.
Wow.
I like that. I like that we can be helpful.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's some wines coming up in future episodes in case you want to drink along with us. And you can go to our show notes and you can find the wines and links and the years and everything. So we're going to do Gigondas, we're going to do Vermentino, and we're going to do Chateauneuf de Pape, which includes the Costco Kirkland's Chateauneuf de Pape. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you for listening to us and for supporting our show. And remember, we buy all our own wine and we do all the writing and recording and editing to bring you a show every week because we love doing it. And our small little tiny favor to ask of you is that you please follow or subscribe to our podcast. And also please leave us a nice rating and review to help us grow listeners. And we really want to thank all of you who are kind enough to leave us a nice rating and review. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you. You can also follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky and TikTok at the Wine Pair Podcast. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. Sign up for our email newsletter there and visit our shop wine section where you can find links to buy the wines that we rate as buys in every episode. So there you go.
Nice.
And then we always want to make content that you care about and you like. So send us a note or DM us. Give us some feedback. We always respond. Let us know if there's wines you want us to try or wines that you've tried that you think we should try or winemaking areas of the world you're curious about, and we'll take care of it. Joe at thewinepairpodcast.com. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Adios.
Adios.
And the happy ending